the G7 happened. And here you had the world leaders from the West with a chance to talk face to face about issues that are facing the globe, like climate change. Of course, they are not allowing in other countries that could participate and help with all these global issues, and instead are putting sanctions on them. So here you have these world leaders having these supposedly important discussions. And what do they catch on the hot mic? But Boris Johnson, the Prime Minister of England, stating something derogatory and mocking about Vladimir Putin, basically mocking him, taking photos when he was horseback riding on a vacation and he was topless. And it ended up being a boomerang, just like the sanctions, because the sanctions are actually hurting Western nations, and Russia's ruble is very, very strong. So I thought that Vladimir Putin's response to Boris Johnson was pretty priceless. He responded in two ways. Two of the comments that Johnson made. One of them was about the said topless horseback riding, and the other was about the war in the Falklands. Boris Johnson had made the comment that if Vladimir Putin was a woman, he wouldn't have invaded Ukraine, or something ludicrous like that. And Vladimir Putin shot back recently and said, what about Margaret Thatcher and the Falkland Islands? Again, the Western leaders showing their hypocrisy, and also a very juvenile side that lacks emotional intelligence. I think what's stunning to me is just the lack of seriousness about really averting a global conflict. And I think Dmitry Peskov really hit it on the head when he said that NATO is not a peace organization, it's a gun. And the history has borne that out. And the U.S. uses NATO as a tool, and that's been obvious. I mean, Iraq, Iran, Libya, Afghanistan, and what's happening in Yemen. America's imperialism is par none to anyone else, right? There's 800 military bases all over the world, more than any other nation.